The English Bulldog is a canine that is friendly and affectionate, despite having the appearance of a strong dog with a vicious aspect. Also, the breed of dog has courage in its personality, but it doesn't mean it will initiate conflict. A Bulldog's medium-sized, low-set body and short-muzzled head make it easy to recognize. Along with having thick, sturdy limbs, the dog also has a broad chest and shoulders. Although the breed's body is low to the ground, it tends to be broad and muscular. The dog has teeth on its bottom jaw that protrude further than its top teeth. Because the dog's jaws are powerful and large, they can grab hold of their opponent and not let go. The English Bulldog has a unique gait that is more like waddling than walking because of its legs. Although some people might not want this kind of dog, it is one of the most popular dog breeds kept as pets in the United States. The dog is so well liked that universities like Yale University and the University of Georgia have adopted it as their mascot. Even England and the United States Marines pick the dog to stand in for them. An English Bulldog breed immediately conjures up images of an aggressive, combative dog to the observer. If the observer were speculating about the dog's past, then their assumption would be true. The dog was created in England. Mastiffs, which the ancient Romans introduced to the British Isles, are the ancestors of all Bulldog breeds. The dog's sole purpose at the time was to serve as a fighting animal. The majority of participants in blood sports like bull baiting are English Bulldogs. In such a situation, the dog, or bull as well as any other deadly animal that the dog fights dies. Blood sports were outlawed, saving the breed from a life of brutal combat. In the end, some breeders chose to breed the dog for companionship. The modern varieties of the English Bulldog are not at all like their bullfighting progenitors. Although the dog still resembles its ancestors, it is no longer as vicious. Instead, despite its intimidating appearance, the dog has a caring nature toward its family and can make a good pet. The English Bulldog is popular among various organizations as a mascot in addition to being a pet. This dog typically lives for 8 to 10 years on average. A healthy environment and sufficient care allow an English Bulldog to live up to 12 years. A dog's lifetime is vital, but its life must also be filled with love and care. Even though it is charming, sociable, and devoted to its family, the dog still possesses the courage of its forebears. Although it is stubborn, the dog makes a great watchdog and its presence deters opportunistic trespassers more than enough. The English Bulldog is not a very active pet, but it likes to take things slowly and is a pleasant animal with familiar people. This dog breed's non-barking disposition is another quality that makes it the ideal pet. The temperament of English Bulldog breeds is frequently influenced by a variety of elements, including training, socialization, and inheritance. Instilling discipline and obedience in the dog requires training. The dog will become less likely to be wary of individuals that it is unfamiliar with as a result of socialization. Last but not least, a purebred dog guarantees that its temperament is not inherently aggressive, emphasizing the significance of its ancestry. Giving the dog breed positive reinforcement is essential when training it. Punishing the dog with physical punishment is not permitted. You can take the Bulldog out for socializing in parks, public places that allow pets, or even just around your neighborhood. The shoulder height of a male is 12 to 6 inches, 31 to 40 centimeters, while that of a female is 12 to 16 inches. Some people might not be aware of the many health issues that English Bulldog breeds have. It's crucial to understand the diseases that can affect or afflict an English Bulldog in order to prevent or at least lessen those illnesses. Here are at least 5 health conditions that affect this breed of dog. Examples of eye conditions include entropion, which causes the eyelashes to turn inward and rub the eye. Next is cherry eye, in which the gland under the third eyelid protrudes, and dry eye, which is caused by insufficient tear production. A condition that affects far too many dog breeds on a regular basis. Hip dysplasia develops when a dog's thigh bone doesn't easily slip into the hip joint. A bulldog with this condition may become lame, and surgery may be required if the condition is severe. Brachycephalic syndrome in dogs causes them to snort or snuffle when they breathe. This issue is brought on by a dog's airways becoming blocked. Your pet can be suffering from this condition if its breathing is noisy or laborious. The femur, thigh bone, patella, kneecap, and tibia, calf, of a bulldog don't line up properly, which causes this issue. Patellar luxation causes abnormal gait and lameness. Arthritis may eventually result from patellar luxation. Bulldogs have screw-type or inverted tight tails. This type of tail shape causes the tail to get dirty, which might result in a bacterial infection and some skin issues. This problem can be immediately resolved by brushing the dog's tail. English Bulldog breeds can have health issues, but that does not automatically indicate they are unsuitable as family pets. You can at least lessen those conditions if you are prepared to put in the time and effort necessary to preserve a dog's physical health. Also, it is advised that you take your pet to the doctor for a checkup. If you want your pet to be healthy and active, you must be aware of how to take care of its physical needs. The following advice will help you with your task. Because they are indoor dogs, English Bulldogs require a cozy setting and a laid-back way of life to fit in. Play with the dog for 15 minutes, and then give it some downtime. You need to take the dog for at least a mile or 2 walks to avoid gaining unneeded weight. As an alternative, taking a little stroll around your neighborhood or on the street is equally beneficial for it. Never take your pet anywhere where it will be bitterly cold or blisteringly hot. If it is 85 degrees outside, do not let your pet go outside. The dog could die at this temperature. To keep the dog from suffering from heat stroke, place it in a cool location. The setting in question is ideal for the dog if it needs air conditioning. Make sure the Bulldog always has access to fresh water to help in cooling off. Bacteria and tartar can be removed from your pet's teeth by brushing them every day. Alternately, you brush your teeth at least twice or 3 times every week. Constantly keep an eye out for rashes, infections, or sores so you can stop them as soon as you can. Do a thorough cleaning of your pet's ears. The dog will smell bad if dirt or wax buildup occurs in its ears. The nose of a dog can get dry and flaking. To keep the nose from drying out and flaking, properly wash it and then apply some petroleum jelly. Food is crucial for a bulldog's health since it offers a variety of minerals and nutrients that the animal's body need. Here are some suggestions for feeding your dog. Don't overfeed your dog because it might lead to obesity and put physical strain on their joints. Each bulldog breed has a different maximum intake of food. While feeding your dog, consider its age, size, metabolism, physical makeup, and level of activity. The best foods to feed your dog are those that are fresh, healthful, and of the highest caliber. Try including veggies in your pet's primary meal to help train it to consume other foods. As an alternative, give your pet some vegetables as soon as you can if it is still a puppy. Consider occasionally switching up the meals you provide. When consumed regularly, several foods can be unhealthy to dogs. Keep in mind that snacks are not considered meals. Use them just to please your pet when they have behaved well. It's the same with munchies. Identify the best kind of food for your dog first. Several things that we consume as humans are bad for dogs. Steer clear of certain foods. Make sure your hands are clean when preparing homemade meals for your pet to avoid contaminating the food with bacteria. Raw foods go through the same process. Moreover, simply confirm that raw foods are free of salmonella. While purchasing dog food from stores or supermarkets, be selective. Make sure the dog food is authentic, and stay away from cheap brands because they lack essential minerals and nutrients. When giving a puppy solid foods, be sure the weaning phase has passed. Unfortunately, if given the chance, a bulldog will overindulge since they are greedy eaters. It's crucial to monitor the dog's dietary intake. It is advantageous that bulldogs don't lose a lot of hair because it makes collecting it simple. Even though your pet may not have a lot of hair, you should nevertheless brush it more frequently than once a week. The quantity of hairs that occasionally attach to clothing or furniture will be reduced by brushing. While brushing the dog's coat, use a brush with strong bristles. Every day, the creases on a bulldog's face need to be cleaned. Clean the interior of the lines and the dog's face with a moist towel. Make sure to properly dry the creases after you've cleaned them. Use an ointment to ease the inflammation if there is any inside the wrinkles. You need a veterinarian's advice on the best ointment to use though. The dog's nails should be trimmed if they become too long. Trimming those nails once or twice a month is necessary because your pet's nails need to be taken care of. On the other hand, there are situations when it's imperative to remove those nails right away. When moving, your pet may make clicking noises on the floor, which is a solid sign that those nails need to be clipped right away. The dog's hair is short and straight, as well as smooth and glossy to the touch, and it has a lovely feel. Particularly on the canine's head, neck, and shoulders, the skin is loose and delicate. Bulldog breeds come in a range of colors, and those coats also require some maintenance. Together with solid hues like a solid fawn or solid white, you can also notice colors like brindles, particularly red brindles. Moreover, there are hues like light fawn, fallow, yellow-red, pale yellow, and pale cream. A bulldog's coat also contains big patches of piebald, or 2 or more colors. Although it is not a popular color, only a small number of people appreciate the color solid black, which is either uncommon or rare. Since some people are at best hesitant to allow their children play with a bulldog, this is a great question. Bulldog breeds are loving and endearing despite their intimidating appearance. In actuality, the dog breed makes a wonderful pet companion and is nice with kids. When children play with dogs, things can occasionally get difficult for the dog. Children frequently play with the dog's ears or tug its tail. The dog can only put up with this rough play for so long before walking away. So, it is crucial to instruct kids on how to approach and pet a pet. Children must also be taught never to approach a dog when it is sleeping or attempt to take food from it. And finally, when the dog is socializing with children, an adult must be present to supervise. Because of their kind temperament, bulldogs may get along with other animals and familiar dogs even when they are not social with unknown canines. This dog is ideal if you want a pet who is kind, enjoys spending time with children, and needs little exercise. Aside from that, one thing you should always keep in mind when it comes to your pet is to shower it with affection, provide for its needs, and ensure that it is content in your home. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you on our next video.